We are ready, Comrade Salfakir Mayardit. We are ready for the elections. I don't have much to say because I don't have a speech to give. My work is just to come here and invite our Secretary General who has sworn in to give you a speech. I've given you words because I'm so happy seeing you in red. This red will never vanish on our bodies. It is our people who have died. We have to wear them. Until that time when I go also, I live to others. Thank you very much. I'm inviting Comrade James Waniiga, who is the Secretary General of the SPLM, to give you his word, and then later we invite our chairman. This is a very short program. We are not going to keep you under the sun, but because you are humble people waiting for us, we invite our Secretary General to say a word.
SPLM, oh yeah. SPLM, oh yeah. South Sudan, oh yeah. South Sudan, oh yeah. SPLM rejuvenation, oh yeah. Rejuvenation, oh yeah. Comrade General Salfakir Mayardit, Chairman of the SPLM and President of the Republic of South Sudan. My colleagues at different levels, because there is no time. Good afternoon to each and every one of you. Assalamu alaikum ya Jama'ah. I address today this historic occasion. First, as the first SPLM Deputy Chairman, plus the new edit law of the SPLM Secretary General. I am honored once again to carry along the heavy stuff. Revolutionary greetings and love in this historic day that I am sworn in for the second time as the Secretary General of the mighty SPLM party. History today has repeated itself. In the first SPLM National Convention of Shukudu 94, I became the first ever Secretary General of the Revolutionary Army struggle as the political wing of the movement. In 2002, I combined the position of the Deputy Chairman of SPLM and the Secretary General of the SPLM. Until I was elected the first Speaker of the Southern Sudan Legislative Assembly in 2005. Today, Comrade Chairman, I am deeply indebted as the first Deputy Chairman. In fact, democratically elected by the 2008 National Convention, You are good self promoting me to first deputy chairman. The convention it was only deputy chairman to accept this additional assignment of the Secretary General of our mighty party under your wise leadership. Some of us, right from the womb, are born revolutionaries. Undoubted patriots. Truly, some of us have manifested this time and again. Beyond that, to the SPLM in the first place, and secondly, to the beloved people of South Sudan. We can still creatively and energetically inject more innovation in the upcoming journey, a journey to meet the aspirations of our people. Up to this hour, I have written 11 hot-selling books, 6 of which are on political orientation, party rebuilding, and reorganization that help our cadres, I am very sure. My number 12 book, as I address this floor, is at the manuscript stage. Holistically, on SPLM historical perspectives, without such revelations and unearthing our sacrifices last years during the last contribution will be a treasury buried in sand dune. As such, the SPLM is in the veins of some of us. In this connection, I must refer to the historical moment when the SPLM leadership set in New Site in an emergency meeting following the painful, unfortunate, and tragic death of Dr. John Garang Demabi, for a successor of the late. In that meeting, it was resolved that we did not need to beat around the bush, but to outright follow the established hierarchy. Of the movement. The choice then fell upon you, Comrade Chairman General K. Mayardit, as the next person succeeding the deceased iconic chairman. Your nomination, endorsement, and election on that historic day, as you recall, actually came from some of us. The Leadership Council, the political military high command, within members present in this August gathering. Dear comrades, this is a necessary precedence, prudence, and living example to refer to indeed. Indeed, it was a democratic process by all standards, as demanded by the SPLM Constitution. Comrade Chairman, allow me abundantly and sincerely congratulate you for faithfully bringing us to independence. And you remain firm up to this moment. In the victorious achievement of the mission, you are strongly flanked by this devoted SPLM leadership and loyal, industrious cadres before you here. This is the spectacular moment for us and myself. From the depth of my heart, to thank them and you for their invaluable, tireless contribution, determination, coupled with unwavering discipline in supporting your leadership. But more so in bolstering, in supporting the SPLM party. I want at this critical hour to say millions of Moklukat, Comrade Chairman, for keeping us together. For keeping us together. In this mission, in this victorious achievement, you are strongly flanked by the devoted members. This reminds us that we must persistently stick together and remain unfragmentable pillars of this youngest nation on earth. SPLM, or else we quickly succumb to a serious vulnerability identical to a lion's prey. A divided house surely collapses anytime. Comrade Chairman, me being one of the founding fathers, like most survivors of the political military high command members of this gigantic party, permit me to make it crystal clear to all cadres that as a principal member of the leadership of this party, the recent changes in the executive wing of the government do not negatively cause an earthquake in me at all. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My utmost allegiance to your leadership, Comrade Chairman, and thus our dear party, first and foremost, must remain unshakable. Comrades, whatsoever a tsunami, nothing will change my long loyalty and patriotism to this nation. People and the gallant strugglers. After they had 21 years of unbearable sufferings, sacrifices, and agonies. Moreover, some of us are still energetic enough to chase even antelopes. My 41 years in this movement, half as an active commander and officer in the bush front fighting the enemy, while the other half in the political wing. I shall never abandon the SPLM. And I repeat these comments. I shall never abandon the SPLM.
SPLM unite! Never will be defeated! SPLM unite! Never will be defeated! SPLM organize! Never will be defeated! SPLM organize! Never will be defeated! SPLM move for unity, equality, and progress!
Yes, never abandon the SPLM. However, howsoever heavy the temptations may be. At this juncture, kindly let us remind ourselves on the unforgettable road of the ultimate iconic first chairman of the SPLM and commander-in-chief of the SPLM, Comrade Dr. Jongerang Emabi, as the then exemplary torch of the people's struggle. As such, I will not throw away the wise guidance and teachings of this great man on how we should realistically pursue the noble mission, objectives, and vision towards the ultimate freedom and prosperity of our people. Our hard labor must peter out in a manner compelling us to take thanks to the people who have so much sacrificed themselves for bitter 40 years of sweat and shedding blood to achieve the long aspired independence. This hard struggle, characterized by the tears of our martyrs, and only became possible and successful because of the wide participation of our nationalistic people, but from all corners of South Sudan. I recall the time how Dr. John tasked me in 1983, while still in Juba, to continue massively. We were with those of the Dengalon and others, to continue massively mobilizing the youth of Equatoria and other places that culminated in 20,000 recruits before I fled and joined the bush myself. Yet when I took the overall military command since 1987 of Central and Western Equatorial Zone up to the final 4th of year in 1997 and the surrounding towns, we recruited over 10 brigades in this axis alone. We must therefore collectively continue to carry the cross like Jesus did to Mount Calvary, so that we don't squander this hard-earned liberation. For us to achieve this sacred, burning desire of our people, we must not let loose their burning hope for the better. Hence, this calls for a stronger unity, comrades. Calls for a stronger trust of one another. Calls for stability of our beloved country. And delivering the final fruits of development and happiness. This collectively vehemently requires all the SPLM organs to be reactivated at once. And democratically conduct decisions leading to a healthy, lasting, peaceful coexistence and the rebirth of our hard-won freedom of this nation. Comrade Chairman, with this additional assignment of the Secretary General to my humble self, we need to financially strengthen, re-strategize, reorganize, and re-energize the SPLM, ready for the victory. Ready for the victory in the upcoming 2026 elections. I therefore call on all members of the mighty SPLM to genuinely reconcile. Sulu oye! Reconciliation oye! To genuinely reconcile, forgive one another, while cohesively forging forward for a common purpose. The purpose of keeping this country solidly united. Unity, discipline, trust, and hard work must spearhead all hope. Fellow comrades, we must therefore immediately stand on our toes, and I mean on our toes at all levels. Prepare to be assigned, like it happened to me today. This has been a model example. Prepare to be assigned to programs culminating in the convening of the SPLM congresses, national convention, and general elections. Don't wait for tomorrow, please. Ladies and gentlemen, our intention at this stage is to overhaul, conduct concrete reforms, and meaningfully rejuvenate the Political Bureau, National Liberation Council, and the National Secretariat, even at the level of the states. A philosopher once said, an old broom knows all the corners. Comrade Peter Lamboth and the team, no doubt, Yahuana did their level best in our party reorganization, while providing a foresight. We shall continue. Our women and youth must be at the top of all considerations. At the top of all considerations, opportunities reinforced by tirelessly seeking solutions for their general welfare. Furthermore, we must never forget the welfare of our dear wounded in action heroes, veterans, at the same time taking care of their families and those of our martyrs. To my colleagues of the National Secretariat, let each prepare his or her departmental report within 7 days. And I'm serious about this. And they leave that to me. In short, we must put our people first in everything we do. And every resources we raise, never self. I shall not in my tenure tolerate any diversion of the movement's assets and liquidity alike within the National Secretariat and the SPLM at large. In turn, government institutions headed by SPLM ministers or leaders must faithfully brief the National Secretariat of their programs and activities so that we are connected. If they work independently, they will not know the SPLM policies that are supposed to be translated into the government programs. Yes. So, and in turn, in a similar tone, indiscipline, maladministration ought to be fought tooth and nail, and henceforth will not be condoned. Our department for disciplining members, followed by party penalties, code of conduct, are being stepped up and modernized. In conclusion, Comrade Chairman and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, reinforced by the entire members of our ruling party, let us jointly work for the country-wide true and sincere inclusivity, fairness, equality, devoid of any stain of discrimination on any basis, as we persist to administer our holy mother land, for which our people over time poured rivers of blood and cemented by passion, built mountains of bones The SPLM is a national party with overwhelming following in the 3 regions of South Sudan, must remain inclusive at both party and executive levels. Fellow comrades, we need to adhere to regional diversity and representation of the SPLM in the government structures up to the presidency level. Let us join hands to value our mighty party more than our communities. This is a necessity, and we must never go back to war again. Peace and stability must be our daily slogan. In this context, I must genuinely combat all tendencies to tribalism, nepotism, and hate talks, all of which evils are regrettably on constant extreme dangerous rise. By adhering to the above guidelines, principles, values, and way forward, we shall definitely be on the positive side of our history chapter. Finally, grant me permission to profusely thank all of you for attention and from attendance. You really came very promptly. God bless South Sudan. SPLM oye. SPLM oye. Comrade Salva, ako Comrade General Salva Kiir Mayardit. I here kindly request your comradeship to give your word to this historic gathering. Shukran jazilan.